Proud to be sponsored by Diamond Bright, the car care products that have been keeping the furious fleet looking their best for a long time already. To find all you need to keep your car clean and protected, follow the link below to diamondbright.co.uk. Right, so the plucky little Fiesta is back. It passed its MOT and now it's drivable, but it is still disgusting. So I think it's time to make it not disgusting, and we'll start off on the inside with some upholstery carpet cleaner and some interior cleaner and try and make the thing pleasant, because right now it's got stuff growing on it. There's stuff growing on the outside and there's mold and crud growing on the inside. So yeah, let's make a start on this thing and try and make it a nice place to be. And this upholstery cleaner from Diamond Bright is really easy to use. Amazingly, these seats aren't particularly dusty, otherwise I would vacuum them first. They are just, well, there's stuff growing on them. So let's foam these seats up. It's like it is actually snowing in here. Leave it to soak in and then sponge it off. And I've got a wet and dry vacuum cleaner, so once we've sponged this in, we can then try and vacuum it a bit drier. I did the seats of the W123 with the stuff and they came out actually quite surprisingly well. I also did the seats of my new Mercedes and they look quite pleasant to start with, but the water that came out of them was absolutely brown, so this stuff does lift a lot of grime out. And now we wait. Right, after leaving this to soak in a little while, you can then sponge it over and then wring it out. Ooh, that's brown. Yuck and yuck. So I picked up this wet and dry thing because it was on special offer down at Tool Station, and let's see if it's any good at sucking the water out of this floor mat. Well, the 50 quid wet and vac has taken a fair bit of water out. Not as much as I was hoping, but then it was only 50 quid, so beggars can't be choosers. However, the Diamond Bright fabric cleaner did do a great job of shifting an awful lot of grunge. So this is now all not in the car. My God, look at that. Ugh. I guess I can't take this back to the shop and say I'm not happy with it now. That's a lot of grunge out of that car. Well, the seats have come up actually more than a little presentable. They look really good actually, considering they were utterly disgusting and probably hell hazard before. Now let's hit the interior with some interior cleaner, which I'm now wishing I'd started doing first, as I can't sit in the car because it's all wet still. Actually, I'm going to move this back home in a minute. This is obviously spray on wipe off. I'll use it liberally because this car is disgusting. I'm not worried about getting it on the glass because I will go back with some glass cleaner at the end once I've done the outside as well. Oh, look at this dust, those poor evicted spiders. There's quite a nice dashboard, but there's lots of little grooves in it that are just filled with dust. Stop indicating. An inadvertent horn test. It's a very Fiesta-y horn. Please recycle me, I'll do that now. If you had an ordinary car that wasn't a health hazard, you could get away with a lot less of this product. It does work very easily and well, and it can be used quite sparingly in normal circumstances. But most cars don't look like they've been buried like one of Hovey's Range Rovers and then left for a while. Ugh, yuck. I need to hoover it again now, cleared that cubby out. Ouch. So much grime. This is good stuff. This textured handbrake handle was completely ground with mud or brown substance in all of the little crevices and texture, and that's just wiped straight off onto this, what used to be a blue rag. Let's get into these little crevices down the side of the seat. It's all just, I don't know what happened in this car. Whatever it wasn't clean. More of the disgusting. And the interior cleaner is also good on fabric, so you can take care of these door cards as well, so get the muddy paw prints out of that. And this is the bit I'm sure you've been waiting for. We're going to de-berify the bonnet. In case you're wondering how this got fixed, because last time when I recorded this the wind got so loud we kind of lost that bit of audio, the garage just put a couple of little washers behind this plate so it moves that down to meet up with the catch, and then suddenly it all works. Now the reason I'm opening the bonnet is because that is just disgusting, so we can jet wash all of that crud out of there. And also looking rather grim is this nook and cranny back here. The green festering door boot shut. Ugh. Now this stuff isn't technically a snow foam, but I've been told if you mix up a fairly heavy concentrate of it, you can use it as one. So let's give that a go, because that bonnet is pretty much caked on Max Foam as snow foam. Let's give it a go. Now while we wait for the foam to do its thing, let's hit the wheels with a ruby red wheel cleaner. This is one of my favourite products. The stuff I'm using today are the ones I use regularly most weeks. In a bit, that's right. Everywhere it's taken ingrained grime out of the wheels, mostly sort of brake dust and so forth, it's turning this dark blood red purpley colour. Now going in for the actual wash. So we're going to start off with some Max Foam shampoo. Lovely suds going on there. And always use the 2-bucket system, so the crud that's coming off the car is rinsed into the second bucket, not back into your clean suds. Wow, this was properly baked on. That was a long hot summer of not moving at all for this car. This isn't the dirtiest car I've ever cleaned. That award still goes to that nice red Hyundai Coupe from last year, which I still miss. I wish I kept that car, really. That was nice. But that was cleaned with all the same products that I'm using today. There may have been some overspray inside the glass when I was hosing out that boot shut. Oopsie. Now I know we can never make this car absolutely immaculate. I mean, this bumper is a completely different shade of blue. It's virtually not blue, it's so far off. These wheels are curved and flaked, and the two front ones aren't actually round anymore. And it's scratched and scraped and dented in almost every angle, well, everywhere basically. So it's never going to be astonishingly good, but we can do the best we can for it. Give it a fighting chance to look nice. Just found it was overspray from when the bumper was done, which I actually couldn't even see before because the bonnet was so dirty. And of course, you mustn't forget the most important part in a nice streak-free finish is to dry the car with a nice dry microfiber or similar, and then the car will look delightful. I say delightful. It'll look like a badly repainted Fiesta with lots of dents all over it, but it'll be a clean, badly painted Fiesta with lots of dents all over it. And here is why we use two buckets. This is the water that was the suddy water, the clean side. And that's just a tiny bit dirty. This is what we were rinsing the thing off with every time. And that is full of dirt and mud and grit, which didn't go back on the paintwork. Now it's getting dark, so I'll do the tyres and things in the morning and do your final beauty shots then. But last thing today, you've seen me use this stuff all over the engine bay of the Volvo, and it did fantastic stuff. There's no metal work here to be seen, so I'm not going to bother with engine bright. I'm just going to go straight for some lift off and give the engine and the underbonnet a bit of an agitate and a blast. And this will then look rather nice. I wish I'd done this before I started working on this car. This is the Ablasta brush from Diamond Bright, which is great for alloy wheels, but also for getting into nooks and crevices. Now I've not covered anything up with bags like I normally do, but I'm not squirting near the electronics, and there's no air intake for me to get water into. The alternator is just there, and I'm avoiding it. And finally, this stuff is like my ultimate finishing touch, replenish. I love this on all rubbers and plastics, makes them look absolutely amazing and smells really nice too. I've just sat in this thing to move it around off my own drive, and I'm getting a soaking wet bum because the seats are soaking wet. That shop vac, wet vac thing is rubbish. Right, I had to call it quits last night because it got very dark very suddenly, but the last thing I had to do under the engine bay was to give a little bit of replenish to this engine top, which is, I think, probably wholly unnecessary on this particular car, but since we're doing it, let's make it look extra nice. If nothing else, it smells nice. Actually, guys, so if anyone from Diamond Bright is watching, I'm running a bit low on replenish, and it is my favourite product, so if anyone's passing, if you happen to have any in the boot of the car, just saying. And the black scuttle looks really nice with it on there. On my R50 Mini, the black scuttles go really badly grey on those cars. It's like a real, I say design fault's the wrong word, but the material after 20 odd years, it don't like it, and it goes horribly grey. And this replenish is the thing that has really brought them back to go like a lovely deep gloss black again. Well, the under bonnet area, this bit, is significantly improved. I didn't do a very good job of that bit. I need to go and do that bit again. All the crevices are hard to get into, but this looks so much nicer, so much cleaner and refresher. The reservoirs all look nice. The bottle caps are actually pleasant to touch now instead of being a bit grimy and horrible. This scuttle looks good. The whole thing looks like 10 years younger, basically. More bramble. I'll be finding this stuff for years on this car. Right, the paint is shiny and chamoised. Most of the plastics are good. I just need to do these bits because I forgot to do them in the dark last night. But yeah, the main thing left to do now is just the glass, ultra glass, and a clean microfiber, and this thing will be looking super. I have been told by a car detailing professional that this Ultra Glass is their absolute favourite product for doing car windows, because it just cuts through grease and leaves such a good smear-free finish, and gets whatever the hell that was off the glass as well. This is another thing which I multitask with, because I do a laptop and iPads with it as well. Gets through all the greasy fingerprints very well. It doesn't damage the whatever you call the coating on an iPad screen. But let's do that while I'm remembering. I think I either rushed or forgot this bit in the dark last night, so it was suddenly getting dark and my dinner was getting cold. If you do all the door rubbers with this as well, it does make them look very nice, keeps them good and supple. Oh, 24 hours later and this seat is still damp, yuck. I am still a massive fan of the heated windscreen. Every car should have one of these. I hope the owner appreciates how lucky she is. Getting a heated window as a proper luxury item there. No idea if it works, of course. I will apologise if my microphone is making that whistly crackly noise again. I have got a new one on order, but everything's on back order at the moment. And the final thing to take care of are these rather unpleasant mouldy seat belts. I've got a bottle of Carbon Class antibacterial interior cleaner. I used a fair bit of it on the inside of the Mercedes because that was kind of mouldy, and that came up quite well. So I'll just give a little bit of a dab on this. It smells sort of medically. And just give this a bit of a wipe over and get those unpleasant items off this. That's really not nice. Makes you think, doesn't it? When you get in a second-hand car, what am I getting myself into here? So there you go, we've pretty much transformed this thing from unpleasant hedgerow find to actually quite respectable driveway ornament. Okay, making it clean has revealed a few more issues and bumps and scrapes, and it's now perfectly visible that the bonnet has actually been repainted, I'm guessing with rattle cans and not lacquered. This actually isn't a bad finish as far as home rattle can paint jobs go, but it's not been lacquered, so it's not got a nice shine to it. Like the scuttle vents on the Mini, this faded to almost pale grey grille has come up absolutely beautifully. I mean, I could have spent a lot longer trying to force the cloth into all the little tiny shapes, little diamonds, and make this absolutely perfect all the way through, but from a couple of feet away, this is pretty good. Without the grime over it, you can actually see this dent is quite a lot worse than I first imagined. And this is also not the best. Some kind of touch-up paint on here wouldn't go amiss just to stop that rusting out. But the wheels are quite nice at the back. Got good tyres all around as well. The replenish has made the tyres look absolutely fantastic. A lovely deep shine going on there. Almost detracts from the fact that this wheel isn't quite as round as it used to be. Now that the filth from the hedge is gone, you can see this headlight is absolutely crystal clear and beautiful. I suspect this is a brand new unit that was replaced not too long ago, because, come this way with me, yeah, you can, now it's clean, you can see the profile is just a little bit clipped here on the front of the bonnet, so it goes kind of vertical and round instead of like a nice little curve. That's why the bonnet wasn't shutting properly, so I suspect something has happened and broken this headlight and bent this bonnet. Interestingly though, the bigger dent is here on this corner. Oh, and let's not forget that the bumper has been spray painted as well, so it's probably not the original bumper, and then crashed again. Sometimes being clean isn't so good, because you really can see exactly how much learning went on. There was a lot of learning went on in this car. Oh, I'll tell you what, the transformation on the interior is just astonishing. These seats look shiny and new. I'm surprised how well they've worn up for 126,000 miles. They look like brand new basically. The leather steering wheel has come up really nice. The gear stick looks good. The handbrake, all the grime has come out of that textured rubber part. This gear gaiter and its surround, this cup holder and this cubby were just thick with grime. It's like mud and mould. It was disgusting before. The dashboard is now shiny and clear. There's no more cobwebs, no more crust. The only thing I didn't do very well, my own fault, I didn't sponge the pedals and I didn't sponge the boot marks off the inside of the plastic up there. So next time it gets cleaned, that's something to pay attention to. But this thing has come up so well. All these plastics look kind of sheeny and shiny. This kind of grubby fabric in the door card looks really nice. The interior cleaning's done a great job of that. Now I forgot to do the pedals because I was concentrating on the carpet and this foot pad because that was all thick with mud, but I sprayed it thickly with the carpet and interior cleaner foam, sponged it and then wet vacuumed it, and this has come up really, really well. This thing's gone from health hazard to forecourt showpiece. Well, maybe not showpiece, it'd be at the back of the forecourt in the manager's special section, but at least it would be presentable enough to put out there. Wow, I'm so impressed with the state of this car. This looks like a 5,000 mile car inside now instead of a 125,000 car. If this is my car, and because I'm kind of that way inclined to making things as nice as possible, with an interior that's nice and an engine that runs that well, I would be going around looking for second-hand wings, second-hand headlights, looking at a body shop or some DIY panel work at the very least to try and make the exterior look as nice as the interior, because this car's got a lot of miles left in it. And let's not forget the door bottoms. This car is actually relatively rust-free apart from that little patch I had to put on. All this has been done, this transformation, just with off-the-shelf Diamond Bright stuff, working through the inside, upholstery and carpet cleaner, interior cleaner, bit of ruby red wheel cleaner to get the alloys looking a bit sparkly, max foam shampoo on the bodywork, lift off on the engine bay, and then replenish on everything plastic and rubber, vinyl, all looking good. And finally, some antibacterial cleaner on the seatbelts. And yes, that bottle is a weird shape because I left it on the dashboard of my car in the hot weather and it melted slightly. This is looking really good now. I'm very happy with this transformation, and I hope the car's owner will be as well. I want to say a big thank you to my channel sponsor, Diamond Bright. This wasn't done at their behest. I just thought it'd be a really fun idea to use all the products that I've been using anyway on all my cars for the last couple of years. I'll transform this one, and maybe they'll be happy with me for doing that. And currently, to the end of September, there is 20% off on everything in the Diamond Bright shop if you use the code FD20. Link is in the description below, as always. Well, I'm done with this thing for the time being. I'm hoping the new owner is going to be very happy with it indeed. Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. I'll see you all again. I don't know what I'm doing next time. Probably messing around with the convertible. Take care, everyone.